Hey guys, my name is Chris Sotomayor. I am the founder and CEO of Acumen Coffee. Welcome to our Soil to Cup series, which is a compilation of different videos that we're putting together for you guys to kind of learn a little bit about what we do, how we do it, why we're doing it. We'll be talking about, obviously, coffee. We'll be talking about business. We'll be talking about creating wealth. We're really excited to have you here. There's definitely a ton of content and a ton of information that we're slowly putting together, and way too much to put in one video, so definitely keep an eye out for more videos to come. But before getting started, I want to give you guys a little bit of background of the company so that you understand a little bit more about who we are. Acumen Coffee is a specialty coffee manufacturer dedicated to providing superior quality coffee from this year's most recent crop, always. What that means is that we curate and source only from family farms that have a proven dedication to excellence so that consumers can experience the way coffee should taste. We're really big on that. That also means that our coffees are planted in volcanic soils at high altitudes and that have special harvest processes, which is what enables us to say that we are providing great tasting coffee for your cup. With that comes a business that's built on transparency. That's part of our commitment and our identity, and it leads me to explain why I selected Acumen as the name of the company. The definition of the word acumen is making good judgments and quick judgments. It also means keenness, it means depth of perception, and it also means sharpness. Sharpness is the part of the definition which is our favorite because it lines up with our mission, which is to always be sharpening knowledge for the members of our community and coffee drinkers worldwide. So 21 years ago, my parents put their time, their energy, and their money into coffee, into growing coffee. We purchased land in Nicaragua, we invested, and since then, that's been the family business. We also do cacao as well. So growing up, I thought it was a great business. It was fun, it was exciting. However, I didn't really fully understand the purpose and the meaning behind all of it, and how that I am a professional, I have a career, and I understand business. I look back and I think, wow, like there was some significant purpose and meaning to this business, and I want to take that and create something of value. I want to expand it, and I want to add on to it and create something that's truly meaningful and connects and touches our consumers. So all that put together has served to inspire me to create a brand and a business that not only is sustainable, but to build a legacy. And that's why you see hashtags like keep building dreams. And yes, I think of course you're gonna build your dreams. I don't want to sit around and be on my phone all day scrolling, dreaming. Digital is fantastic. I think it's an incredible tool as long as you use it to do something good and productive instead of just doing nothing all day. I really believe in that, and in the midst of this pandemic and all the noise that's going on out there, I sat down and I thought to myself, what kind of business do I want to have? And I said to myself, I came to the conclusion that not only do I want a business that's sustainable and built on transparency, but I wanted to create something, and I wanted to create something of true value, which is why one of our hashtags is hashtag Resolute Coffee. Resolute means founded in truth, unwavering, and that's our brand, that's our product, because we want to go above and beyond to make sure that our consumers truly identify and understand the product is meaningful and valuable, not just another cup of regular coffee that you drink in the morning. No, this is a specialty cup of coffee that comes from somewhere. Passion is behind it, energy and dedication and love and quality. The utmost level of quality and dedication are put into the ability to make the coffee taste the way it tastes when it lands in your cup. And that's why we talk about knowledge, and we talk about transparency and sharpening of knowledge, and why we use hashtag Acumen Coffee. Because, you know, we want to make sure that our consumer base is in touch with our brand. So that's part of the inspiration. We were also in part inspired by a couple documentaries that are on Netflix, which are Sour Grapes, which talks about some crazy corruption in the wine industry. Some dude from Indonesia came in and messed up the market by playing with the price and going to auctions and just basically stiff-arming the market. And that guy's in jail, thank God, and that's where he belongs. And then there's also another documentary, which is Rotten, which also talks about a ton of corruption in several basic food groups, which you probably consume on the day-to-day. And one of those foods in one of those episodes was cacao. As I mentioned earlier, we also grow cacao, and you know, the price disparity is real. You know, I grew up watching people from Holland come over to our farm in particular and buying our cacao just so that they could take it to Europe and make chocolate with it and sell that chocolate at a super high premium. It's outlandish, and the reality is that in that value chain, the farmers get very little. Most of the cacao comes from the Ivory Coast, and those poor people make absolutely very little. It's very hard for them to even survive. So all that struck a nerve, and it inspired me to create something. And you know, having all that in mind, it was the right idea. But now I had to sit down and say, okay, well, you know what? Am I going to create a crappy product or a good product? And it made complete sense to make a product that not only was founded in good morals and good values, but also that is an actually good product intrinsically. So naturally, we're inclined to discuss wellness and promote healthy food consumption, because you know, I think that's the next thing, the next movement. It's already a movement, but even more so now. And just to illustrate an example, I read an article on Forbes about luxury good industry, and it discusses a lot about how a lot of luxury brands are having to rethink how they market to their consumer base, because their consumers have taken a step back and are rethinking 2, 3, 4 times what they're doing with their discretionary income, which makes sense. You know, like, they don't need to buy those products. They want to buy them because they can, but they don't need to buy them. And now, at a time where money can be tight or there's higher risk in the environment because of the pandemic, people are really rethinking. And in rethinking what they're doing with their discretionary dollars, they are sitting back and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my money into things that are of better quality or are better for me as a consumer. So we definitely want to be in line with all that, and it's why we use the hashtag luxury health, which I kind of came up with, because it gives you a new perspective and a new definition of what the word luxury really should mean, right? We should be taking care of ourselves. That's very important to us. So those are all the things that we had put together to create the brand and the identity and the mission of the company. And now that we had that, I had to pick an industry, and it made complete sense. It was very clear to me to just continue and carry on the legacy that was bestowed before me, and is why I'm doing coffee. But I didn't want to just any coffee. I wanted to do a real quality cup of coffee, and that's why we selected specialty coffee. The best way to give back was to create more awareness for the farming community and fair trade. That way you make things more equitable. I mean, we lived it, we've suffered through it for many years, and it was time to bridge the gap. And as I said, this is what we believe is going to really make an impact in the community and bridge the gap between the consumer and the farmer. And guess what? That's actually going to put more incredibly great tasting coffee in your cup every day, as long as you consume it. And that's why we use hashtags soil to cup, because we're trying to create a soil to cup experience and shorten the supply chain so that you get better quality coffee in your cup faster. Specialty coffee, by definition, is when everybody that's a part of that coffee value chain has a very clear understanding of what it takes to create a high quality coffee, and they practice it every day. Their standards and their dedication to excellence are top notch and bar none. And it reflects and it shows when you taste a really good cup of coffee. It's not like the crap that you guys have been drinking every day, and I can promise you that. So give it a whirl, try to taste it, and keep buying specialty coffee, because that's what's really going to give to you and give back to the community. It's a very altruistic product, and that's why we selected it. So that being said, where is the coffee community? Coffee is still our favorite drink. You can drink it in the morning, you can drink it in the afternoon, after lunch, you can drink it in the evening, you can drink it in the middle of the night. Really just depends on your taste. People drink it for its delicious taste. Some people drink it for its health qualities. Some people drink it because they like that kick. We've discovered that people like it for that kick. But yeah, it's a very special product, very easily overlooked. And it's something that I've learned as I've learned more about the specialty coffee community, and why I'm here talking to you about this. It's interesting because coffee is actually one of the most widely traded or actively traded commodities in the world. It is definitely top 10. I've read in sources that it's number 2 most traded commodity in the world, and that makes sense, right? It's got a high level of consumption, but unfortunately, even with that high level of consumption, there's still an extremely strong disparity in the value chain, and it's just not equitable for the farmers. That's because there's a general lack of awareness in its consumer base. Consumers just don't, I think it's just easily overlooked. People just don't think about it, right? I mean, like, how often do you just think about, oh, well, you know, I wonder what it really took to get that bean or the color of my coffee that color, or I wonder what it took to get the coffee to taste the way it tastes. But there is a huge value chain behind the ability to make a cup of coffee taste the way it tastes. And again, that's why we're doing everything that we're doing. Specialty coffee, it's a growing community, but more consumers that understand all the value that comes with specialty coffee are needed, and why we appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. There is some awareness that's advocated on ethical operations, and you can see it in some companies, but unfortunately, when you look underneath the hood, it's just more fancy marketing. I can tell you that and vouch for that. We've done competitive analysis on a bunch of different companies, and very few companies have all the boxes checked off. We're proud to be a part of that small group of companies that is truly dedicated to creating a valuable and extremely great tasting cup of coffee for its consumers. And what we've done so far is we've been able to successfully start a brand. We've been able to start our operations. We've learned even more about the industry, which is already extremely special and interesting. And this has allowed us to actually make a lot of mistakes, which I think is good. You know, no successful business has owners that hasn't made their mistakes or their fair share of mistakes, but this has allowed us to gain a deeper understanding of the current environment, and which is very competitive. We've also discovered that although it's very competitive, there is still a profound disconnect in the industry altogether. So this has given us an opportunity to create new goals, and now we know where we want to be and where we are and where we want to be. And that's really important to us, and it's very important for us to know those things to be able to truly connect to our consumers. So what we intend to do moving forward is we're going to continue to create superior products. We're going to add new products with different variations. We've had interest in dark roast. We've had interest in different sizes and volumes of coffee. So we're definitely going to push out some of that stuff. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to push out some holiday specials and things like that. So definitely keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. And we're going to keep creating videos. And the point is to share more knowledge. We're going to shed as much light as possible on the industry. We're going to talk about our business. We're going to talk about starting a business and everything that it takes to be able to create a successful business. We're going to create our process and share our journey with you, which we really hope that you become part of, because our ultimate goal is to create wealth and connect to our consumers. So part of what we're trying to do is to connect the dots for our customers, and that's, again, really important to us. So another set of goals that we have is to definitely reach more people and expand, and hopefully someday, God willing, and with your support, we're going to be able to build an empire that actually makes that lasting difference and impact on the global coffee community as a whole. So the ways that you guys can help is to create more awareness and buy our products. That's really your bottom line, right? When it comes to a small business, it's all about awareness, sharing the message, and purchasing our products. And I have our products here in front of you just to kind of illustrate them. We have the green coffee, which is from all the products are created with the same green coffee that comes from Matagalpa, Nicaragua. It's a farm called Los Pinos, and we selected this farm for its reputation and high quality. It's a very well-known specialty coffee, and we did our homework to make sure that it was going to be a really great tasting coffee. So we have green beans available for anybody that likes to roast their own product. They can buy their own roaster unless they already have one. Small roasters, they sell them for home use. You can also roast them in a cast iron skillet, although I don't recommend you doing that indoors. It can create a lot of smell. Will probably set off the fire alarm, so I recommend you doing that on a fire pit or a grill. But definitely that's available for those people that want the full experience and roast their own coffee. You're not going to get the same consistency and evenness of roast as you would through an industrial roaster, which is what we do. However, it's always fun to do your own thing, and I always encourage people to check it out just so that they kind of get their feet wet on what it really takes to create that finished product. So definitely the green beans, they're available. We also have whole bean medium roast. Now I'll go into what type of roast and why we selected this in a different video later on, but for now just know that the medium roast is available with whole bean, and it is a great tasting product. I recommend it for people that want to grind that coffee at home. Grinding coffee at home is always recommended because you are preserving freshness up until that last minute right before you brew it, and it's really great experience. It smells amazing every time you do it, so definitely check that out, and you're going to be able to taste some of those cupping notes, which I'll share with you in a second. And then there's obviously the already ground version for those people that don't have grinders at home or just don't want to go through that process, but they want to have the product already ready to brew. This is also a really good package and product, and you're gonna get that experience as well. It's good for your ground drip machines, your drip machines. It's good for V60 or pour overs or Melita Wave pour overs. It's actually very good with French press and Chemex as well, and it's ground medium to medium fine. So we did it that way so that you could have a little bit of versatility when it comes to brewing, although I highly recommend you doing the pour over method specifically the Viz 60 because it gives you the most degree or the heightened degree of control, and it actually brews a kick-ass cup of coffee. You gotta try it. I will be posting up videos on how to do that soon, so please keep an eye out for that as well. All of these coffees in this particular bean comes with cupping notes that are very unique, and it's a high altitude organic coffee, which I really recommend. The cupping notes are vanilla, orange, caramel, mild acidity, sweet clean finish, dried fruit, and a silky body. The sweet clean finish is my favorite. It's that little touching point, so it creates like a really smooth, not too fruity, slightly sweet, not too bitter cup of coffee. Just really aromatic and really nice to taste. So I recommend that, and something for you guys to keep in mind as you're walking down this journey with us. Really supporting us is the way to go. That being said, you can also support by creating awareness, as I mentioned before. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, interact. Only purchase specialty coffee, please. Only purchase specialty coffee. No more, please don't buy any more of the stuff that you've been drinking. Definitely check it out. It's worth your time, and it's a really great experience, and it's very eye-opening and worth the money that you put into it. So, and I'll be there every step of the way to try and guide you, here to answer any questions as well. Definitely also try to buy craft goods as well, and support. That's the best way that you can support small businesses, is by buying craft goods. There's some incredibly great tasting products out there and real quality. So check it out, and I'm pretty sure you won't regret doing so. You can also provide reviews and help us advocate. Like I said, just sharing that message and getting us out there. So we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, soon TikTok. We have a website. Check us out. Let us know your thoughts. We want you to engage. We want you to interact. We want you to share. And we want you to feel like this is as much yours as it is ours. So always super appreciative of everything that you guys are doing. Proud to be a part of this, proud to be doing this, and leading this and spearheading it for you, and just really excited to engage on this journey with you, and hope that you do so as well. So thanks again. We couldn't do it without you, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon in our next video. Check them out.